These writings, his political or civil commentary is often at its bluntest. What is the rhyme scheme of this poem? A, B, C, B, C, D, E, D. This is the rhyme scheme. With the, it is actually combined and he has used it as with the. So it is actually with the. So that is the short form here. Hello everyone. I am Dr. Shalini, Professor of English, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. Today we are here to discuss one of the poems prescribed by University of Mysore for first sem BCom. So let us start with this poem, Oh My Love's Like a Red Rose. So by reading this title itself, you will feel that yes, it is a romantic poem. Okay, so let us understand what is there in this poem. So in today's module, we'll be covering, like I'll be telling you about the poet and also we'll be learning the summary of this poem. Okay, so let us know a little about the poet before we go into the poem. The poet who has written this is Robert Burns. So he is considered as the national poet of Scotland. Okay, so he was a Scottish poet. So he wrote in English also. Few of his poems are translated to English also. He was called by various names, even you for that matter. You might be called by various names by your relatives, isn't it? So similarly, he was widely accepted by the people and he was actually loved for the poems which he wrote and the romanticism that he expressed in his poems. Okay, so that's the reason he was called by various other names. Okay, so he is regarded as the national poet of Scotland. Okay, so he was a Scottish poet and he is considered as the national poet of that country. He wrote more in light Scot dialect. So there are various languages that are spoken in Scotland. Okay, so he used light Scot dialect, means he was not writing completely in that Scotland literary language only. Like in all the languages, you have this literary kind of speaking, right? Even in Kannada, you have the literary language is different, the spoken language is different. So similarly, he also used this Scot dialect. Okay, so not completely the Scottish language, he used light dialect of it. Okay, so what you read in books is different from what you read in his poems. Okay, so completely that literary form was not used, the bookish language was not used. Instead, he used it in a light, few bookish words were used, but few lines that were used were actually the way they used to speak Scottish language. Okay, so that is why it is called as light Scot dialect. Okay, so it was one of the dialects. Okay, so little variation in the language. Okay, so that was there. You can see various types of Kannada when you travel around Karnataka, isn't it? Even in Hindi, there are many ways in which people speak Hindi. Okay, when you go to Mangalore, it's a different type of Kannada. When you go to Gulbarga, it's a different type of Kannada. That's what, when you come to Madikeri side or the south part of it, it is completely different kind of Kannada. So dialects are different, but language is the same. So similarly, Scottish language was the same, but the dialect was different. The way people spoke was different. So like that only, he also followed one of the dialects. Okay, in his poems. He also wrote in standard English. So why do we use this word standard English? So the words which he used were very heavy. Okay, the poems that he wrote in English, the words that he used was very heavy. Okay, it was too bookish. Okay, and in these writings, his political or civil commentary is often at its bluntest. Okay, first of all, when you talk about being blunt, okay, that is nothing but the sarcasm or the satire, or you can say it is on the face. He gives commentary on the face. So even in his poems, he did the same thing. Okay, so the political or maybe the civil commentary means the way the politics that used to go, that were carried over in the country. So that was, he spoke about that. Okay, so the politics he spoke about, then the civil movements he spoke about. So all these were the most common themes of his poems. Okay, romanticism, politics, civil movements, various other commentary he used to do in his poems. Okay, so this is little different. So this poem is little different. It doesn't have any political interference in this poem. Okay, so this was all about Robert Burns. Okay, so he is considered one of the greatest poets of Scotland and he is regarded one of the greatest poets of English literature. Okay, so now let us just go through the text of the poem. I'll have a quick reading of this text. I'm going to read the whole poem first, then we'll go stanza by stanza. Okay. Oh, my love's like a red rose. So you need not have to get confused by what is this. Okay. Like as I've already told, his dialect is different. Okay. So whenever we go through these poems, right, we need not have to consider about the spellings. Okay. Even the Shakespeare in English or maybe many other poems which we have already learned till date. Okay. So there are various spellings that are used here. Okay. So here also, oh my love. So this you can consider it as love only. Okay. Oh my love's like a red rose. So you can observe that there is a repetition of this word red. Okay. So let us go through the whole poem first, then I'll come back to this. That's newly sprung in June. Oh, my love's like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. So fair art thou, my bonny lass. So here you can see art, it is a old English. We have already come across this word, isn't it? It is are. Okay, are you, thou is you. Okay, my bonny lass. So he's talking about his girl. Okay, he's referring to a girl there. So deep in love am I, and I will love thee still. This also means you. Okay, I'll love you still, my dear, till the seas gang dry. So, gang dry, the seas go dry. Okay, so that is it. Then, till these, so this is just for the poem effect he has used this, just for the rhythmic effect he has used this type of usage. Okay, till the seas gang dry, my dear. Okay, and the rocks melt with the sun. So here you can see there is apostrophe. So I'll come back to this later. We'll just go through the poem once. I will love thee still, my dear, while the sands of life shall run. And fare thee wheel, my only love. Wheel can be considered as will. Okay. And fare thee wheel a while. And I will come again, my love, though it were 10,000 miles. So this is the total poem. This is the complete poem. Okay, there are rhyming words. Okay, rose, there is nothing to rhyme there. June and tune, they rhyme. Okay, so melody doesn't rhyme with anything. So you can give it as A, B, C, B. Okay, again, my bonny lass, this doesn't rhyme with anything. Again, C, I. There is nothing to rhyme here. So you can give it as C, D. Again, last doesn't rhyme with this. So you can give it as another letter only, E. So there is no particular rhyme. I and dry, it rhymes. So you can give it as D. Okay, C, D, E, D. Okay, A, B, C, B, C, D, E, D. So this way it rhymes. Okay, so the second and the fourth line rhyme. Okay, so this way is the rhyme scheme. So what is the rhyme scheme of this poem? A, B, C, B, C, D, E, D. This is the rhyme scheme. Okay, so now let us go to the first stanza. Okay, so the first stanza says, oh my love's like a red rose. I already told you about this. Okay, then since he gives importance to this love, this is a romantic poem, he has used the uppercase letter over here for L. Okay, so oh my love's like a red rose. So red, he emphasizes on that red because there are many variants of red. Okay, but he considers red rose only. Okay, he considers the red that the rose has, and also whatever red is there, all that is considered to be the one that relates to love, to his love. Okay, so oh my love's like a red rose. Red he emphasizes in order to show the red color of love. Okay, so that's newly sprung in June. Sprung, the past tense of spring is sprung. Okay, spring here is used as a verb. Okay, spring is the verb here. Okay, spring is to sprout newly. Okay, spring, the past tense, the past form of spring is sprung. Okay, so here sprung in June. So this love has started newly in the month of June. Oh my love's like the melody. Okay, so he considers his love as melody also. What and all he compares his love to. Okay, so he compares it to red rose, and also he compares it to melody. Okay, that's sweetly played in tune. So he considers it as a melody. I mean to say a song which is sweetly played very in a good tune. Okay, so here the comparison why he makes the love springing in June, because That is the month in which the spring comes. Okay, so this in the same way, this love also actually springs into a new relationship. Okay, so that new relationship which starts, the new love that is starting in the month of June, so that is what he refers to over here. Okay, so he talks about the melody, that is the song, and also this is played in a sweet tune. So this whole poem, I can tell you that it is in the form of a ballad. Okay, so what is a ballad? What is called as a ballad here? So here, ballad actually means a poem that can be sung in the form of a song. Okay, it is not only a poem, but it can also be sung in the form of a song. I mean to say, you can just put it into a tune and you can play it very well so that it becomes a very famous song. Okay, so this can be put into a tune. This can be played according to some tune. Okay, so that is called as a ballad. So this poem is actually a kind of ballad, you can say. Okay, so you can tune it and you can sing it out also. Okay, now let us move on to the second stanza. Yeah, so fair art thou, you are so fair. Okay, so this is you, this is R. Okay, so fair art thou, my bonny lass. So he is talking about my bonny lass, means my cute girl he refers to. Okay, so bonny lass, you use this word whenever you're talking about some cutest girl on whom you have lot of love. Okay, that you refer to as bonny lass. Okay, so deep in love am I. So he's talking about the depth of love towards that girl. Okay, so here he talks about his girl. He's telling about how fair she is, how beautiful she is. Okay, so you can see in this word bonny lass, it contains all that. This only usage of bonny lass shows you how cute she is. Okay, so upon that he also adds this fairness. Okay, so he's describing her beauty in one or two words, that's all. Okay, and also he tells about how deeply he loves her. Okay, and I will love thee still, my dear. Okay, till all the seas gang dry. So here I told you for rhythm purpose he has used it. Okay, so this is the short form which he has used for the word all. Okay, so now let us read it properly. And I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry. So here gang dry means till all the seas go dry, till all the seas go dry, till then he is going to love her. Okay, so here he is comparing his love. How deep is it? It is very deep. He is going to love her till what extent? Till all the seas go dry. Okay, so this sounds like little exaggeration. Okay, so this sounds very exaggerated, nobody can love so much, but he wants to express his deepest love to her. That's the reason he has used these words. Okay, so till all the seas go dry, he is going to love her. Okay, so that is what he tells over here. Till all the seas gang dry. Okay, gang dry, completely dry. Okay, so till then he is going to love her. Okay, so now let us now go to the next stanza, that is stanza 3. Till all the seas, again you can see the short form, till all the seas gang dry, my dear, and the rocks melt with the sun. So you can see with the, it is actually combined and he has used it as with the. So it is actually with the. So that is the short form here. Okay, and rocks melt with the sun. Can rock melt due to the sun's heat? No, it cannot. But he wants to say that his love is eternal. Eternal means never ending. Okay, his love is going to last forever. So that is what he means to say when he uses all these. Okay, so and the rocks melt with the sun. I will love thee still, my dear. Okay, so till the rocks melt and till the seas go dry, I am going to love you still, my dear. And also till when, he uses another comparison here. While the sands of life shall learn. Sands or life, he has said. So it is like this. Sands of life shall run. So the sand, what is there? Okay, so that has to run. Run here means I am running short of money, you say. Okay, so that means I don't have enough money. Okay, so that means I'm empty. Okay, the money is empty. Okay, so similar meaning is here also. So the sands and all from the desert, they get empty. Till then I'm going to love you is the meaning given over here. So what is a comparison by the poet? So he expresses his depth, the depth of his love towards the girl there. Okay, so he wants to tell her that I'm going to love you, like my love is so deep. I'm going to love you till the oceans get dry, and also till the rocks melt due to the heat of the sun, or till all the sands in the desert they get over. So till then I'm going to love you is what the poet tells her. Okay. So then in stanza 4 we can see, and fare the wheel. Okay, wheel only for poetic purpose he has used, and fare the will. Okay, my only love, and he's talking about only his love. Okay, so my only love, and he is telling that he's talking about his love, as I said, and he tells that she is the only person he has fallen in love. Okay, my only love means she is the only person whom he has loved in his lifetime. Okay, so the word only tells us she is the only person whom the poet has loved till date. Okay, and fare thee will awhile, and also further I will not love anybody else. Okay, and fare thee will awhile means further also, in the coming times also, I'm not going to love anybody as much as I have done you. Okay, so he doesn't love anybody else, he's not going to fall in love with anybody else. Okay, and I will come again. So here, by reading these two lines, you can observe, and I will come again, my love, though it were 10,000 miles. So by reading these lines, you can feel that the poet is going somewhere, or maybe his love is going somewhere, and he's talking about the temporary separation. Okay, so here you can see come again. This word come again tells you that there is a temporary separation of this love. Okay, so maybe somebody is going apart, and he tells that he's going to come back. Okay, maybe the poet himself is going away somewhere from his love, but he is going to come back. Okay, and I will come back, my love, though it were 10,000 miles. So here you can see, though it is 10,000 miles, he is going to come back towards the love which is waiting for him. Okay, so he means to say distance doesn't matter. Wherever he goes, he will be back soon. Distance doesn't matter at all. Okay, at any cost, he is going to return to his love. Okay, so that is what he talks about over here. Wherever he goes, he is going to come back because she is the only person he has loved till date. Okay, so she is the one who is going to be loved in the coming times also. So this is what the poet tells in this poem. Okay, you could see in the first stanza, you just could see that there was a comparison, like he compares his love to the red rose. Okay, my love's like a red rose. Okay, so he uses this word like. Okay, and also he compares it to the red rose. Okay, so like when you use this word like, it is nothing but the figure of speech that is used over here is simile. Okay, so the figure of speech used is simile over here. Okay, similarly, there is a comparison between one and the other one. He is going to compare his love to the red rose. Okay, so again he emphasizes that is a repetition. Okay, repetition also he uses. That is also a figure of speech. That is also a poetic device. So he uses this repetition in order to create that feel, that romantic feel in the readers. Okay, so there are two figures of speech that I use. One is the repetition, the other one is simile. Okay, so this is the comparison. So whenever you come across this word like, okay, so that is nothing but simile. Okay, other way where you can use simile is as adjective, as you can say. Okay, so that also is called as simile, but in this one we have not come across such a usage. Okay, so like as clever as an owl. So this way you use it in order to compare it. Okay, so that is also called as simile, but in this poem we have the poet has used only like. Okay, so that is the only figure of speech you can consider. Okay, so this was all about the poem written by Robert Burns. Okay, so hope this session was interesting and it was useful to you. Let us meet again in another more interesting session. We'll take up another prose part of it and I'll just come back to you. Okay, so till we meet again, keep learning. More importantly, please stay safe. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.